Philosophers have said that there are only 7 stories we keep repeating throughout history. Tonight, we're going to pick one and tell it again. This is The Treatment, a podcast about stories with your hosts, Billy Beck, Cody Beck, and Mark Lucas. The Treatment is filmed after a live studio audience. I want to get right into it.
Okay.
And I believe the first thing we usually do is with a review of our last film. Bill, what was our last film?
Our last film was our retelling of the story of Little Bo Peep, where we made the titular Bo Peep a first-time camp counselor at a children's summer camp, and her sheep the children who go on an adventure at Camp Killdeer.
Yes, and I have a review from the Philadelphia Inquirer of Camp Killdeer.
Oh, my hometown paper.
A small, quiet film that walks tall and resonates long after. A score of 100 for Camp Killdeer. What's on the spinning circle of stories for this week?
On the circle this week, we have The Iliad, The Boy Who Likes Clowns, The Brave Little Tailor, The Pardoner's Tale, Snow Queen, Pandora, Beowulf, Cinderella, and The Itsy Bitsy Spider. And let's give it a spin. And the spinning circle of stories has landed on The Pardoner's Tale.
Ooh, I had the feeling like this one might be this week. So since The Pardoner's Tale was mine, that means that, at least for now, I can't check Wikipedia, and I have to tell the story from memory.
Your own self-imposed rule.
I am Wikipedia.
So The Pardoner's Tale is one of the Canterbury Tales. And I'm not going to get into them because I don't understand the Canterbury Tales and I kind of don't care. But The Pardoner's Tale, I think, is a little bit fun. It's about these 3 young men who are friends and they're having a good time. And then they find out that one of their friends has died. And they're naturally upset by the death of their friend. But they decide they're going to do something about it. So they go out and they find an old man, and they say, "Hey you, old man, how come you ain't dead yet? You must know death." And the old man's like, "Yeah, I guess I know death." And they're like, "Well, tell us where to find him so we can go kick his ass." And the old man is like, "Well, you'll find death if you go into the woods, the dark and scary woods." So the 3 guys go off into the woods. And when they're really deep and almost lost in the woods, they find a pile of money. And their first thought is, hooray, we're rich. They already forgot about their friend. But then they think, if we take this money back to town, everybody's going to think that we murdered and robbed somebody and stole the money. So we should wait until dark before we bring the money back. And while they're waiting, they get a little hungry, they get a little thirsty, and they decide, hey, one of us should go back into town and buy some sandwiches and drinks. So one of them goes off. And while the one is gone, the other 2 think, what's nice is a pile of money. What's even nicer if we don't have to divide this pile of money by 3. Why don't we just kill our friend when he gets back? Then that'll be more money for each of us. Meanwhile, the friend who's getting the drinks and sandwiches decides, what's better than splitting a pile of money? I should poison these drinks. That way I don't have to share the money with those other 2 guys. So when the guy comes back with the sandwiches and drinks, the other 2 friends stab him to death. Then they clink glasses, drink, and then the other 2 die. And the moral of the story is, those who go searching for death are sure to find it. This is a fun story about death.
So the moral is actually not that.
Oh?
According to Wikipedia...
Oh, anybody can edit Wikipedia. I'll go in there and fix it.
According to Wikipedia, the moral as told by the person who is telling it is that greed is the root of all evil.
Well, yeah.
But also, there is one other important difference, which is that the person telling the story is a charlatan priest who uses it as a context to take money from people. He tells this story and then petitions for alms, basically, at different congregations to get money from the church goers.
Okay. So, has this story shaken anything loose for any of us?
Yes. My gut is saying like, gritty shoot 'em up, not a heist movie per se, but a crime movie. Like, think Heat, or, like, that 90s era action crime movies.
What's that one Quentin Tarantino that I hate? I mean, that's all of them, but...
I was gonna say, you need to be more specific than that, but...
the one where everybody's a color. Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, there's elements of Reservoir Dogs here. The other thing my gut said was Treasure of the Sierra Madre, but we're not just going to remake Treasure of the Sierra Madre. As much as I would like to.
Yeah, that movie's real good.
You brought up Treasure of the Sierra Madre. I'm going to go a little later than that, I think. Are we going... Because if we decide to go with the premise of someone telling the story, what about Double Indemnity style?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think we can do that bookend. There are many ways to do that depending on the story and setting we try to do, but I like the idea of including that. So either as a memo or newspaper man reporting or something depending on...
it's just the Canterbury Tales. It's a group of people, traveling together and taking turns telling a story. Maybe that could be a part of it. That could be the framing device.
I think we need to know what the meat of the story is before we set on a framing device, but...
Yeah, but I think we've all agreed that...
Having one.
Yeah, the very nature of the story, we should have one.
Because as soon as you mentioned that, I was like, Wes Anderson. Is Wes Anderson a setting?
No, it's a genre.
It's a style.
I mean...
Because he would do something fun with
I was going to say,
shit.
in the complete opposite direction, Grand Budapest Hotel. Literally a crime drama.
Yeah.
Told in a flashback.
Told in like 4 flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
It's in a Russian nesting egg of flashbacks.
Yeah.
I think that I want whoever's telling the story, them telling the story is the framing device. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I want the framing device to be a guy telling a story.
Yeah.
I think we need to decide on tone, because we've mentioned 2 things that are pretty different in terms of how they would be handled.
Mm-hmm.
So do we want to go Wes Anderson? We could do crime drama with either, but do we want to go Wes Anderson, or do we want to go like more Sierra Madre killing, Double Indemnity?
I want to say let's stay away from locking ourselves in an Anderson box, considering his style is so visual and dialogue based that's a decision we can decide on later. I think it's more important to decide a setting before we address a visual style.
Yeah.
Setting and tone.
I'm thinking the storyteller is modern. I mean, I'm just going back to the Canterbury Tales, which I've never read and I'm not going to. But the storytellers are like people of now times, at least when they were written. And they're telling stories from whenever.
They're essentially telling fables, yeah.
So I think I want whatever it is, our guy, the storyteller, to be a today now times. But their story doesn't have to be a today now time story.
Do we want the storyteller related to the story? Either they're involved in it themselves or family is, or do we want them just telling a story, just spinning a yarn?
I think I want them just spinning a yarn, but also we use the same actor.
Okay.
So like we set it in an entirely different time, and we just happen to have the same actor play one of the friends.
Okay. When you said set in a time, immediately I'm thinking Western, but we already did a Western heist.
We did.
I don't want to retread those waters.
And I guess one more tone question. Are we going more dark or light? I'm feeling light.
The example that just popped to mind was Princess Bride.
You're always thinking about the Princess Bride.
Who isn't?
Me, I've seen it like twice.
Are you telling me you don't have your Criterion release of The Princess Bride within reach from your seat right now?
No, I don't. I have a copy of the novel in the other room, but we all know I can't read.
Shit, mine's not within reach either. I'd have to roll.
Liar.
I mean, something about the image about these guys saying we want to find death, so let's just harass an old man. Because he must know who death is because he's so old. That sounds funny to me.
It feels almost like...
They're frat boys.
Yeah?
I was gonna say, it feels like almost Shakespearean comedy, like those bits that you would have with the clowns. But also, you have tapped on something that I was thinking, and I think it's because we spent so much time talking about The Thing yesterday.
Did we? I think we could talk more.
80s. 80s frat boys.
Yeah, what's starting to form in my head is we've got 3 former frat guys. Let's say they're in their mid-20s, New York City, 80s, and they meet up for drinks one night because one of their frat brothers died. And they spend the night drinking his favorite drinks, his favorite whatever. What's a shitty 80s cocktail? Sex on the Beach, Slippery Nipple. You know, one of them, they're drinking his fucking John the whole night. And then in their drunken stupor, you know what? Let's go find Death. Let's beat up Death and bring Steve back, alright? And then what follows is they pick on an old man who points them on a fucking zany adventure during which they mourn their friend, their lost friend.
You know what? I'm going to add kind of a twist to what you're saying. Yes, frat bros, but they are current. The current day storyteller is the frat bro, and he's a pledge, and all of the pledges have to tell a story, and his story involves all the frat bros, but a setting change, and it doesn't really change anything that you've said.
Yeah.
Cody mentioned Shakespeare. The story that he tells is like not what's Elizabethan. There's still frat bros at ye old tavern. Cody is making a face that looks pain.
I'm just imagining the costumes are like the shitty theater costumes.
Yes.
Now we're just making an episode of Drunk History.
Yeah.
You know?
No, we're making a drunk history movie.
Except it's not a historical thing at all.
Do we like this idea?
Because I had in my head, like, After Hours meets The Hangover. But that doesn't mean that your idea won't work.
I've never seen either of those.
Oh, Mark.
I've never seen any movies.
After Hours is the one of those two to actually go check out. It's fucking great.
Also haven't seen either of those movies, but I have seen that episode of Ted Lasso, so I feel like
so
that
you
counts.
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I'm imagining this entire movie taking place over one night in one city, and...
Okay, hang on. Brain blast. Marriage of your two ideas. They are, in fact, frat bros. It is not actually Elizabethan England, but they are on study abroads in England, and this takes place in London. This takes place in London. They're essentially on a wild goose chase around London, so you can get all of that kind of clashing of, like, it could be the 80s, because that's still a very specific era, but then you have all of the...
Yeah, the culture clash.
Yeah, that culture clash. And if things are wrong, it's kind of... We understand that things are wrong because the person telling the story doesn't know.
Okay. So that like, gives us an out to get shit wrong or overly stereotypical about London?
Yes, and also it gives us an excuse he's pulling this from his memory and what he thinks he knows about London and England, so maybe some of his shit is from the 1800s, and some of it is from 1500, and some of it is from modern era, and it's just like, it's a fantastical England that doesn't actually exist.
Some of it's other English cities.
Exactly. Some of it's like just fucking Europe in general.
All of the bartenders have an Irish accent for no real reason.
Accents change.
Everyone's Scottish, Irish, Australian, or South African. No one's actually British.
Mark, what do you think?
So the storyteller aspect of it. What is that?
The storyteller is still the pledge. He is the one who is telling the story, but the story that he's telling is he heard the legend of these three people who were in this fraternity, and they were on study abroad. And this is their adventure.
Okay.
So it's still your framing device. It's just this is the story that he's telling with it.
Okay. And then the internal story is 80s England, but a dumb American's not understanding of England.
Yes.
Not even 80s England. Just like modern England, but some references will be dated. Like they'll reference things that no longer exist or happen in London, but they've happened in other stories. So, like, we went on a tour of the Tower of London, and the prisoners there said, anachronisms, like intentional anachronisms.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that works.
And then, a few times during the film, one of the characters' lines of dialogue will be our main guy again, and we'll cut back to the fraternity, and we'll bookend it with the fraternity.
Yeah.
but it'll come back to him, and maybe one of the characters will comment on the last beat that happened, something like that, as a part of a... Similar to how The Princess Bride cuts it.
Hey, isn't that just the plot of this movie? Shut up! I'm not done yet.
Hold on, man. I'm an English an English history major, and they stopped having prisoners in the Tower of London in 1825. Shut up, Phil. You're drunk.
So I'm kind of picturing. Are we going to keep the bones of the story mostly the same? Because I kind of like what Bill said about going and finding about our dead friend, and I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah. I still want to keep that element. Like, these three frat bros find out that one of their guys stateside. Maybe they find out via telegram or other anachronistic means. One of their friends stateside passed away prematurely, and they mourn him at a pub and get drunk and decide to go fight death, and we go from there. I would say, old man points them in the direction of possibly woods, possibly something else. And I would still want to hit the beat of they find a bunch of money and then decide to kill each other and end it that same way. Mm-hmm. Because if this is a work of fiction, in-universe a work of fiction, then I have no qualms about killing off all three of our main characters.
Yeah.
I think we would need to come up with other obstacles in the journey.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the after hours
which we can.
In.
We're not doing that now. We're still getting the bones.
Yeah. But I think that's where the meat of this is going to be. Is what do we add to it to?
So I already have kind of an opening then.
Okay.
It's kind of like the Midnight Society. Remember Are You Afraid of the Dark? Nobody remembers Are You Afraid of the Dark. And I think Bill froze on me. The treatment will be right back after these messages.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
And now back to The Treatment, a podcast about stories. So the intro being like the Midnight Society from Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's kind of in media res in the sense that the pledge before our main guy is finishing up his story, and it sucks. Whatever it is, it's something dumb, and I think it was a Family Guy joke about Penthouse Forum, and then the lady moved to New York without any underpants. The end.
All right.
And the rest of the frat boos, and then okay, you pledge, you have to tell a story better than his. Your membership in the fraternity depends on it.
What if we add a little bit of meta layer? Because I'm thinking about how the scene is dressed to tell the audience what's happening. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking a big banner hastily spray painted pledge story night 2022 or whatever.
How about a oneer through a frat party into a doorway down into the basement where they're standing around a fake candlelight fire, and all of our pledges are in their underwear or something as a bro in a robe, and behind them is, as you said, story time.
Yeah. The meta bit I want to do is it won't be a circle, but maybe the pledges have to make up a story on a topic and they pull from a hat, and our protagonist in the bookend draws the name of the fraternity. He has to tell a story about the fraternity.
I like that.
Okay. Yeah.
That way it feels more like a challenge, more like a pledge game, other than tell me a story, pledge. More
like an actual ritual instead of just hazing.
Exactly.
I mean, none of us were actually in a frat, so we're just...
I mean, we were. It just wasn't... We just didn't pay for it and didn't have Greek letters.
There were some Greek words, though.
Hey. I almost said the actual letters, but I'm not going to yell DP on a podcast.
So, all that I said, the oneer, the party, the picking out of a hat, and then as he starts telling the story, this is about three bros, who were studying abroad in England. Hazy, fade, to the three bros.
So, in the original story,
Mm-hmm.
the three bros are already carousing
Mm-hmm.
when they hear the news of the fourth bro's death.
I think that this is a hard cut to three tankards clanking together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. My question is this they're having fun in England and get bad news, or is this tankards clanking together, here's to Steve?
I want to see them get the bad news.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're having fun, and they get interrupted by bad news.
And then they get a telegram.
Yeah, I was literally thinking telegram.
But it's like handed out of a bag.
Like they're in a modern pub. There's like a TV on with like modern footy on or whatever. And a man in a 1940s Western Union suit walks in. It's a telegram!
Maybe this is a bit where we can play with it being a story being told. Because I think somebody had mentioned potentially setting this part in the 80s.
That was an idea, but we don't have to stick with that. I like the idea of like fluid time period.
If we did, they get a text. And then somebody asks, wait, didn't you say it's the 80s? The phone disappears and like the telegram man steps in. Telegram, sir.
I don't know if I want to go that sketch.
Silly?
Yeah, it's a little silly biscuits.
Okay.
I want it to start out at least feeling
Grounded.
the time frame feeling like less distinct, like the movie It Follows.
Nebulous.
Yeah, like I want it to feel more nebulous, and then as the film progresses, some references get super dated, and it's incredibly clear that he's just pulling references out of his ass at this point. And then one of the cutbacks to the frat guys just being like, bro, when did this happen? No, it happened in England, I swear.
If we want to call attention to a story, one of the jokes that you hear a lot from D&D groups is like not knowing how to name NPCs. So I think like it's clear that he's trying to think of names, and maybe one of them is like Steve. Yeah, Steve is my name. Like,
or he runs us and one out like that, and then like talks like that for the guy, like
yes.
Methuselah Old Man.
Yes.
Oldman.
Yeah, he's like Gary Oldman's uncle or something.
My time to shine. These are my kind of names.
He looks at a poster on the wall, remembers a poster on the wall of the film The Usual Suspects, and just names the character Kaiser Sose. That's just for me.
So they're drinking, carousing, having fun when they get a telegram from the States that their frat bro has passed away.
All right, we need to come up with names here.
We do, and I don't want to. How about instead of names, we come up with like
Archetypes?
I was going to say character trait, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to say like there's the fat one, the jock one,
And the nerd?
and the nerd.
But also, like, this is all filtered through frat, so they're all still kind of just Chris Evans.
Yeah. And that way I'm not going to... Remember when I kept forgetting who the fox was in Wolf Party, a Pig Party Joint? We're not going to do that this time. I'm just going to remember the fat one, the jock one, and the nerd one.
I pulled up a list of frat boy names from Pinterest, so we will name them as we go.
Do that later, near the end, so that I'm not forgetting them.
Got you.
And I think, obviously, it's the fat one that goes to get the sandwiches.
Yes, clearly. Because I feel like the jock one and the nerd one should be, like... It should be one of those things that subtly develops, that they're all friends, but, like, the jock and the nerd, maybe they're a year older.
Now, there's a specific flavor of fat guy, and I want it to be the party frat guy.
Yes.
Who was the fucking guy at our college? I guess I can't say his name.
It's like Belushi?
You'll have to edit this out, and I'm sorry. But the rapey one. The dealer. The only reason anyone hung out with him was because he was the drug dealer.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Oh my god.
See, I'm thinking The Lonely Island. They have that one song that's introducing the whole crew, and it's comically long because there's so many people in their crew. Specifically, I'm the fat one. They call me Fat Bob. I get all the ladies, even though I'm a slob. That's the vibe of the fat one.
Gotcha.
The party frat guy. So they get telegram telling them that their frat bro has died. And I don't think that it tells them how he died, partly because I don't think it matters. And partly because I think it's kind of funny that they get this text and it doesn't say. Like, they can even ask, bro, how'd he die? I don't know. It just says he did.
I'm going to name him now because...
The dead one?
Because the name Connor. Nah, bro, we got to do it for Connor. Is going to get a laugh every time.
For Connor.
What would Connor do, man? You know what I mean? It's such a goofy name to take this seriously, and we can get some jokes out of that.
But also, I've written down dead one.
So did I. Good, we're all taking notes.
I'm not.
The Untimely Death of Connor.
The Untimely Death of Connor.
That's the subtitle.
It's the fucking title.
Yeah. No, I like that as a title.
It's a good title.
The frat one, the jock one is angry. He's immediately like, this is bullshit. And I think I want the idea to kick Death's ass to be the jock one's idea.
Yeah.
What I'm picturing for, like, kicking Death's ass is basically, like, it's the three of them who are already pretty drunk. And it's that thing where, like, you try to one-up one another, and the jock is the one who's finally like, I'm gonna kick Death's ass!
Yeah, I think we need a brief montage here of them just throwing back beers, and, like, it cuts to the clock and it's jumped ahead 3 hours, and they're completely sloshed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, the barmaid is wiping the counter down. Barmaid?
No, I like that. That's a good joke.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, it was clearly a bartender in the first shot, and now it's just, like, a fucking medieval barmaid.
Yeah. They're finishing up their last drinks, and that's where we get to the one-upping, like...
The nerd, the fat one says about how much he misses dead one, Connor. Then the nerd has the idea, I wish we could find Death and make him give, and ask him to give us Connor back. And then the jock, I'd kick Death's ass and make him give Connor back.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that progression.
Yeah.
Death's a fucking pussy. I'll take Connor.
Kick Death's ass. He can't touch me. John Cena. Boop, boop, boop. No.
Oh my god, Connor is John Cena.
Yeah?
We never see him. He's just credited as John Cena. He never appears.
I think we do see pictures of him.
And I think it would be hilarious if it's John Cena. Because it's a cameo that's like a 20-minute shoot.
Yeah.
It is a literal cameo.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So it escalates to, I'll kick Death's ass and take Connor back from him. And I think, again, it's the nerd that says, like, how? How will you do that?
I think I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, they're, like, kind of tripping and stumbling out of the bar. And the nerd is like, how? How are you going to do that? And that's where I think Jock sees an old man just, like, walking by and is like, I'm going to ask an old man. He'll know where Death is.
You, geezer.
I don't think that he thinks this through that logically. So I want to spread that out just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
As they're leaving the pub, the nerd says, like, how are you gonna do that? And the jock says, I'm just gonna kick his ass. I'll grab him, and, he describes the act of punching him in his bony, dead face. And the fat one says, like, yeah, but how are you, like, where are you gonna find him?
And that's where they pass and they see an old man on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
But there should be, like, a moment of pained thinking.
Yes.
Like, he's mid-punch action, and then he just, like, looks up and thinks, and then, like, his eye gets caught by some motion.
We need to look for extra obstacles and mini adventures to go on, because there's not that much meat on these bones just yet, and here's an opportunity. He doesn't see an old man walking by. They're walking by, and he turns, and it's a hospital. And he's like, if Death hangs out anywhere, it's in here. And then he finds an old man in a hospital bed. And at this point, it's already, like, after visiting hours, and old man's asleep, and they shake him awake.
No, because I think we can spread this out even more. We can make more ham, make more meat out of this. Mm-hmm. They go to a hospital, and they find dead people there. And while Jock's, like, looking for Death here, Nerd points out, you're not going to find him here, because he's already been here.
They're in the morgue at the hospital.
Yeah.
I think there should be a bit where they end up on the labor and delivery floor. And the nerd is like, this is the exact opposite of what we're looking for.
Like, they need to be in the ICU. Maybe he follows, like, a pretty nurse or something into the,
Fat Bob follows the pretty nurse.
Yes.
And like, trying to schmooze, trying to score. I want the old man that they harass to be just a civilian. Not somebody in the hospital, not somebody in, like, an ICU bed. Just a really old man, maybe on his way to feed the ducks. He's got, like, the bread, and he's walking very slowly with a cane.
I feel like there should be...
Go ahead.
So we've got the hospital, and we have some shenanigans at the hospital. I think there should be a second thing, and then we get to the old man with the bread.
I have an idea, but we'd have to stretch this over 2 nights, or a weekend.
Okay.
My idea is they get drunk tanked at the hospital and wind up in prison in the morning.
I mean, I don't hate that.
And I mean, this is a story told by, like, a frat pledge. It doesn't have to be completely cohesive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to make enough sense. And because he's an American frat boy, they leave jail first thing in the morning, go straight to the pub to watch soccer, because soccer's on real early in the morning. At least the English soccer is. Not understanding what time zones are is the joke.
That's a joke for you.
It's a joke for me and, like, a handful of my friends. And that's how they get hammered again.
I don't think they need to be hammered anymore. They're just stupid.
The idea has been incepted.
Yeah, they've got the idea.
All right.
They still want to find Death, kick his ass, and get their friend back.
I mean, hey, technically the hangover takes place over a whole day. So...
Yeah. Day and night, I think.
Because there's night and then day and then night.
They wake up and then they go through a whole night. Yeah. Okay. The structure still survives.
Yep.
So maybe it's when they leave the drunk tank, they go to just a nearby park, and that's where we stumble across an old man feeding birds.
Yeah. And the old man is almost, like, comically old. Like, practically a skeleton feeding bread to the ducks. Don't feed bread to ducks. They've got peas.
Do they have to stop Jock from punching the old man? Because he looks like a skeleton.
No, they know that this old man isn't Death, but they do have to stop him from punching him because he's threatening the old man.
Tell me where he is, old man. I know you've met him. If he didn't come for you, I'm sure you got a dead wife.
You must have some kind of deal with him. Why ain't he taking you? Why'd he take Connor and not you? And the old man's like, who? Who's Connor? Who took him?
My grandson, Connor? You know him? Oh, so you helped Death take Connor. Tell us where he took Connor. I'll kill him. Oh, Connor lives over on the other side of that wood. Connor's in the woods, huh?
I want the old man to be, like, wise and all together, you know?
Okay.
So, like he looks old, but he's smart, you know?
Is he, or does the pledge just think he is?
Well, what does it matter?
I think he's almost an archetype of, like, a wizard.
Okay.
So he immediately just agrees with the reality that these frat bros are throwing at him.
Yes.
Got it.
And maybe he doesn't immediately know what they mean by, like, who they're looking for. You know, how come he took Connor and not you? Who took Connor? Don't play dumb, old man. You must know who Death is. Take us to him. And the old man... I'm trying to decide how much of a wizard I want him to be.
Maybe just like Death is coming for me soon, but it is not today. I will tell you where Death is.
If you want to find Death, I'll tell you where to look. Yeah, you better tell us. I am, son, I am. If you want to find Death, you will find him in the woods. And maybe Fat Bob and the nerd start running towards the woods. And the jock says, if we don't find him there, we're coming back for you.
As a meta, do we want this guy to be Death?
No, we never see Death.
Okay.
Well...
I mean, we see people die.
What was that, Mark?
I think that's a question we hold on to for now. And when they die, we decide if we see Death or not. Because maybe, and I'm not saying that we do this, but this is a thought to pin to the corkboard. When they all die, they slump over, and he kind of appears in Death regalia and tells the moral that if you go looking for Death, you're going to find it. But again, we're not there yet. That's just something pinned to the corkboard.
Yeah.
Jock threatens old man, then runs off after his friends.
So do they run into any misadventures in the woods?
I was just thinking, is it a distance away from London? Sure. But maybe the forest they run into is Nottingham Forest.
Sherwood Forest.
Sherwood?
Sherwood. Nottingham was the city.
Yes, it was Sherwood Forest.
You know what? Me thinking soccer again. Yeah, Sherwood Forest. Thank you, Mark.
See, I was thinking Shakespearean again, that as they're going through the forest, they find a guy with a donkey head, bottom.
Oh, that can happen. We can also have them like try to cross a stream and dude's charging a toll, and they're like, we'll find another spot, never mind. It's just fucking Little John.
Just all of these English fairy tales.
Instead of Little John, it's the Black Knight.
From Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Basically, but instead of fighting him, they just go around. Like, the stream's not that deep or fast-moving. We just don't need to use the bridge.
I think there should be 3. Because it should be, we got the toll, so Black Knight or Little John. We got bottom in the woods, and then I think there needs to be, that's where they find the pile of money. Because then we're keeping with the rule of 3s that we established with the previous section.
Yeah.
I think I want the bottom one to be cut off pretty quick, and this is where we can get one of those cuts back to the frat, because nobody knows what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like, these guys do not get the Shakespearean reference.
And that's why he makes a Monty Python one instead.
Yeah. So bottom comes first, and then gets retconned to the Monty Python.
Okay.
And maybe while they're lost in the deep, dark forest, they encounter... I mean, Cody had just mentioned about the rule of 3s, but I feel like with bottom getting preempted, that kind of only counts as half.
What if there's a clearing in the woods and there's a sword and a stone and they can't pull it out?
I was going to say, what if they encounter Robin Hood?
I was thinking the pile of money is Robin Hood's steal from the rich, pre-given to the poor money, but I don't want to just make this a Robin Hood story either.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like we can do something more original, at least with that aspect. We could have them, like, almost get robbed by Robin Hood until Robin Hood realizes they're idiots and not rich.
Shrek.
Did Shrek do that?
Robin Hood was the idiot in Shrek.
Remember, oh, merry man! And then Princess Fiona beats him up.
That's right. This is different enough.
I want Jock to break his bow. Just, like, smash it over his knee.
Just punches him really hard in the face.
Is Carrie Elwes too old to play Robin?
No.
He stops them in the forest and knocks the arrow and asks them what they're doing in Sherwood Forest. And Nerd says, an old man, the old man told us we're looking for death to get Connor back. And an old man told us we'll find death in the woods. Robin Hood says, well, you were half right. Your money or your lives.
And I feel like that's the point where Jock is like, this is partly because of all the shit that went down in France with the Olympics, but it's just like, I'm American, and he just, like, breaks the bow.
He pulls out a gun?
If he pulls out a gun, that could be a good callback. He did not get a gun across the Atlantic. You don't know, it was pre-9/11. He could have.
If he establishes it's pre-9/11, they are absolutely looking at pictures of Connor on a smartphone at one point.
So that's where we get the kind of playing with time.
Yeah, that kind of shit. Like having fucking Robin Hood show up and try to rob them.
So then
they don't recognize him as being Robin Hood. They break his bow, punch him in the face, take his money, and on the way away, like, the nerd is like, bro, did you just steal his money? He's like, don't worry, I'll give it to charity or some shit.
And then, do we also want to do a King Arthur thing as well?
Or maybe they don't steal money, maybe they just steal booze. Because they're gonna find money.
Yeah, I would say they punch Robin Hood and they steal his flask. Because of course he has a flask.
Yeah.
We can do King Arthur. I wouldn't.
No. They punch out Robin Hood, and a big fat Little John is just standing there, like not sure what to do. And as they walk by, they swipe a wineskin that he's holding, just take it out of his hand as they walk by, and we say like, "We're taking this."
Yeah.
So a yes or a no on King Arthur, because we did a whole King Arthur movie. I'm okay with us not.
I wouldn't want anything more than a sword and a stone in the background.
I was thinking, what if the sword and the stone is in the background and they don't recognize it, and that's where all of the gold and jewels and money are piled up? Because that's a plausible explanation for all that shit to be there, but they're too dumb to recognize that it's King Arthur, so we don't have to recognize that it's King Arthur.
Like, the sword and the stone is there, but they just never make reference to it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can live with that.
Okay. I was thinking of a visual gag of Jock trying to pull it out, and then, like, this is bullshit. And that being all that we get of that, as they then journey on.
That would be in the scripting phase, I think we decide if we want to put a beat there.
But I'm just thinking, like, that would be the logical place to have a bunch of, like, gold and...
Yeah. A hoard, so to speak.
Yeah.
Alright, so they stumble on the hoard.
I think where they find the money, it is dark and deep and dense. Almost like the Green Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Either the forest where the thieves tie him up, or at the very end, the, like, sanctum of the Green Knight. Like, that level of dark scariness in the forest.
Yeah. With, like, an ominous clearing with all this shit in it.
No, it's not in a clearing.
Oh, it's just, like, piled around trees and shit?
At, like, the base of a big, wide-brimmed pine. Like, it's dark. Even at noontime, it is dark under the tree. And that's where this big pile of money is.
In addition to a pile of money, there are 3 additional piles unique to each of the 3 guys. And their specific interests. So, the jock... Because I want the party guy, Fat Bob, to have a couple cases of beer and a stack of Playboys.
A couple of golden kegs.
Yeah.
And maybe they're not even real kegs, or they're not full of booze, but they're just golden kegs.
Yeah.
And for the jock, there's like a golden barbell.
Yeah. And the nerd gets a golden TI-89 graphing calculator.
See, I was thinking like a really fancy, like Victorian-looking either microscope or telescope. Like a really fancy one.
Yeah, that's better than my idea of a gold-plated slide rule. Yeah, like a fancy microscope would be good. Just some unique treasures as well. We could do something with them. We don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little more than just a stack of cash.
Well, I like that idea too, because, man, this place is perfect. We could stay here forever if only we had some grub.
Yeah.
And that's where the idea is, hey, take some of this money and go get us some snacks.
It's not that they want to stay here. It's that they don't want to be seen taking the money out of the... So maybe it's the jock who thinks, like, we're rich, and the nerd points out that, think it through, dummy. What are you gonna think if you see some guys come out of the woods with big piles of gold? Well, I guess I'd think that they must have stole it from somebody. Yeah, dum-dum, what do you think? So we should not take the money? No, stupid, we shouldn't get seen taking the money. And Fat Bob says, so we'll just wait here until night, then take the money. And then we have a little montage of, like, waiting.
The montage feels like it's been hours, and it's been 15 minutes.
I also think it should be Fat Bob's idea to get food, and that's why they send him to get it.
I was thinking they send the nerd. Because if we're going to establish the kind of nerd he is with the microscope, then he would also be the poison kind.
Oh, that's a good call. Mark, I know you had said...
I was thinking it's Fat Bob gets the food because it's his stomach gurgling that gives them the idea we should get something to eat while we're waiting.
Okay.
And it's the nerd kind of conniving. He does the math to point out that if we off Fat Bob, then we don't have to split this 3 ways.
Okay. Okay, so they do send Fat Bob then.
I mean, I can see logic in either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely an argument to be made either way.
Because I think either way we need Jock there, because of course Jock is going to be the one who does the actual murdering.
I think they both do the murdering, but in like a Caesar symbolic kind of way.
Yeah.
Like, Jock's the one doing it, but Nerd is helping.
Because do we want the visual of the 2 bigger guys ganging up and killing the smaller guy, but he gets his triumph with the poisoned wine? Or do we want the visual of the conniving nerd and the jock taking out the bigger guy?
I think the conniving nerd stabbing the bigger guy in the back.
Okay. I do like that visual.
Okay.
And the weapon is a gold knife. Like a gold dagger from the treasure pile.
Yeah.
So they decide to get food and drinks.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Fat Bob's stomach growling that ends the waiting montage.
I do like the idea of the waiting montage only being like 15 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe it's like starting to get dark.
Yeah.
I want a scene where like...
I think it's noon now. It will be starting to get dark when he gets back with the food.
Okay, yeah, that works.
So that when the actual killing happens, it's dark.
I want a transition where we see Bob leave the site in the woods, and then the next time we see Bob, he is like downtown London at a chippy.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, geography doesn't matter. And I have...
A chippy or a Tesco?
Well, if we're doing that, it's gonna be a fucking Nando's. Like, let's be real.
I like the idea of a chippy.
Okay.
Because it's specific enough to England, but not so specific that this guy could come up with an actual brand name.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to a Walmart to get the poison.
So I was thinking about that. Does he intentionally poison them? Or does he buy something they're allergic to? Or is it just that British food is terrible?
That's a funny joke, but I think he intentionally poisons them.
I think he should be like, he should order like a comical amount of food and be eating it. And he's like, man, I could eat all of this. I wouldn't have to share any of this with them. I wouldn't have to share any of the gold with them.
I was thinking about
and as he has that idea, he's walking by like a medieval-looking apothecary and poisons shop.
Yes. I was thinking, like, I want him to be late to the idea. Like, there's a billboard for Kit Kat or something over the chippy that says, "Why share? Keep it all for yourself." Like, things like that. Like, he overhears a snippet of conversation, was like, no, and then she killed him, and she kept it all for herself. And then his realization, like you said, is, if I kill them, I can eat all this food all by myself. And the gold! Like, the gold is the last thing he thinks of.
It's the fingernail scene from Juno, but, like, not poignant at all.
Yeah.
It's the fingernail scene from Juno, but with murder.
I like the idea Cody said about his thought first being food, and then it's spreading to the money.
Yeah, which was Bill's idea as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, except not treating it like a joke.
Gotcha.
Which is how kind of Bill was framing it. I do like how Bill described like the quasi-subliminal like Kit Kat ad and overhearing snippets, but then the way Cody phrased it of, man, I could eat all of this. I wouldn't have to share.
Idea for the build of the jokes, you start with the subliminal Kit Kat billboard, and then a liminal overhearing conversation, she killed him and kept all of it. And then the superliminal, if you killed your friends, you could eat all this yourself. Like from the lady at the chippy.
No. Instead of going superliminal with it, 3 orders of fish and chips. She looks at this fat guy and asks, do you want that in 1 box or 3?
Oh, I like that.
That's good. Put it in 3, because I'm going to share it with my friends. Shh. Are you telling me I don't have to share?
And he's, like, thinking on that, clearly eating, like, 1.5 of them as he walks by the medieval apothecary and poison shop.
He's about to start eating the second one, then he looks at the poison shop, looks at the second one, looks back at the poison shop, and then closes the thing and walks in. So back at the campsite during all this...
Sorry, I had a thought.
Oh, go ahead.
The joke we can do about British food being bad is that the nerd should be like, we should have known it was poisoned. It tasted good.
Alternatively, this tastes like poison. No, that's just how British food tastes. It's all the vinegar.
We can still get in our not.
We can get in a joke.
Food.
We can get in a joke. If the characters make the joke, then we can make the joke.
Yes.
I think I just want to figure out the drinks, because I think it's the drinks is where the poison actually is. But it's not important. I don't need to kick about it.
Yeah, we can figure that out. Because I was thinking after they kill him, all that killing sure made me hungry. He did bring food,
You got a carbo load if we're going to do all this lifting.
Do you know how much gold weighs? Like a couple pounds each.
See, I was thinking they're he gets some bottled beer and has the poison put in the bottles. And then after they kill him, cheers, mate.
Yeah, like he gets a couple growlers or something.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's also even funnier if they then make the joke about the food tasting like poison.
I think the joke then is if it's in the beer, all the containers are empty. He ate all the food on the way.
And maybe they can twist that on him about, like, greed while they're stabbing him.
Oh, I don't want them to notice until after he's dead.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I feel like it's like, all right, we did that. Now I'm really hungry. We got a carbo load before we do this lifting. Really?
Fucking Bob. Well, at least he
and-
didn't drink all the booze.
Yup.
Beer is basically bread, as we said in college every time we drank. I'm drinking potatoes.
To your health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, at that point, they see a clue of what's to come. That, like, he was going to keep it all for himself. And they don't pick it up on it. That there were only 2 growlers of mead.
So now let's back up a little bit to their half of this.
Yeah. So I would want this, like, alternating cuts as these 2 events are progressing. As Fat Bob's journey to get the fish and chips and come back. And their decision. And to stretch out the decision, I had an idea for a bit of a joke. In that it takes some explaining for the jock to understand that 1/2 is bigger than 1/3. Like, Nerd is drawing circles in the dirt and splitting 1 into thirds and 1 into halves. He's like, which size is bigger? No, but 3 is bigger than 2.
And then maybe he lays out 6 gold coins. And, like, 2 for you, 2 for Bob, 2 for me. Right? That's what we're doing.
But what if there was no Bob?
And then he slides the Bob's 2 under their piles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I want, like, more and more. Like, I want him to use the golden we didn't do the golden calculator. I want him to actually pull out a calculator or some sort of other device to try. Like, he's got a fucking chalkboard, and he's doing math on the chalkboard, and the jock is sleeping.
Do we want there to be a golden chalkboard? Because that.
Oh, absolutely! It's a golden chalkboard and golden chalk.
See, I was thinking, no, he's using the tree as the chalkboard.
He's got, like, a piece of bullion, and he's rubbing the gold off onto the fucking bark of the tree. Yeah, that's a good bit. I like that. It's good improvisation. There's not a whole lot else I can think of to flesh out that bit.
I think the jock should accidentally pick up the golden knife at the end of that. Like as a punctuation to their decision, he lifts his hand up and there's already a knife in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so everybody's got the idea that if I kill off the others, then I don't have to share.
Yeah.
Fat Bob gets back with a stack of takeout containers, and he's carrying 2 or 3 growlers.
2.
I think that's right.
For those watching the movie that don't know the original story, I think 2 is... It's a subtle clue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's briefly figure out how they murder him. And I think they say, "Come here, Bob, we're going to start counting out the treasure."
Okay.
Or maybe they want to hug him.
The thought that I had was he comes back, his arms are like a little overburdened with everything he's carrying, and Jock comes up as if to help him, and he's just like, "Oh, where's Nerd?" And that's where Nerd comes in, like death from above, and stabs him. But also that's when Jock, like, knocks all the stuff away and also stabs him.
So Jock stabs him from the front while Nerd stabs from behind.
Yeah. Because, like you said, that visual of the small guy stabbing the big guy from behind it's a good visual.
Yeah. My idea was an ankle trap, but we just did that in Camp Killdeer.
We did.
So maybe not.
Hang on, I think we can spread this out even more and kind of work the drama of it. So Fat Bob comes back, fully laden with takeout containers and 2 growlers. Jock is the only one that he sees, and he asks Jock, "Hey, can you give me a hand with this stuff?" As Jock takes the takeout containers from Fat Bob, Nerd sneaks up behind him and stabs him in the back with the gold dagger. He drops the growlers and they don't break. He staggers forward, looks over his shoulder, says his name, "I thought we were bros." And then he turns to face instead of another gold knife, I think Jock, and this is kind of done through camera work, from looking over his shoulder, looking forward, he's already there in a baseball swing with the gold dumbbell. And that's what does it.
And Bob's last words are, "What would Connor think of this?"
Yeah.
Maybe if you just get interrupted, like, "What would Connor think?" And then doesn't even get the whole word out before he gets clobbered.
Yeah.
I think we need to name drop Connor there.
Yeah.
Because then I think following up that, we can have that crisis of conscience over the killing. Like, oh shit, what have we done? This isn't what Connor would have wanted. We came here for Connor!
I think Nerd has that thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jock is already fully on board.
Okay.
What would Connor think? Connor's dead, bro.
Like, Jock or Nerd is having like a full-on Lady Macbeth Shakespearean meltdown.
Maybe we build some tension here, and we tease that Nerd is going to, like, no, we made a mistake. Bob's share we're going to send to Connor's family. Or maybe we split it in quarters, and then a quarter of it goes to Connor's family, and then we split the other quarter into...
But you just taught me that a third is smaller than a half.
No. And Jock, as he's trying to, like, have a heart, Jock is like, I'm pretty sure I could get all this out of the woods by myself. And the Nerd, like, backs down and is like, oh, shit. No, you're right. No, we'll split it 50-50 like we talked about. I'm in this with you.
And then he sees the beer.
But let's wait till dark. Let's wait till dark before we leave, just in case. Here's some beers. Let's drink these beers.
Nerd suggests giving Bob's share to Connor's parents. Jock tells him, you can do what you want with your half.
Yeah.
And then he picks up both of the growlers.
It'll be hard to do in, like, the 2 minutes we'd have to do it, but ideally this builds to the last scene of the thing, where they're both sitting across from each other, leaning against trees, sipping from their growlers, not sure if the other's going to try to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just lean into the paranoia and distrust.
You're just saying that because you just saw the thing.
Listen.
It's a good movie, okay?
What's that tweet? Guy who's only ever seen Boss Baby. Man, I'm getting real Boss Baby vibes from this movie.
But I do like playing up the paranoia here.
Yeah. And that's, like, Treasure Sierra Madre does that really well. Like,
yeah.
I think that's a key element of the story that we can work with.
Yeah.
Even with a more lighthearted tone.
Yeah. And of course the audience already knows that the growlers are poisoned.
They can guess. The audience, I don't think, knows that the food boxes are empty yet.
Okay.
I don't think they look in the food boxes until after they've already drank from the growlers.
So I think other way around. I think after Bob is dead and you can do what you want with your half. Now I'm starving. Picks up one of the 3 takeout containers, opens it up, figures Fat Bob ate it all.
Give me one of them beers.
Do we want to do something where, like, pops it open and there's, like, a comical skull and crossbones comes up?
No, but I think we can have some fun with the label. Like, is this going to be like a microbrewery growler label? Like, maybe there's a pun about poison on the label? Nelson's IPA. The P is for poison.
I think I'm just going to Google really quick, like, famous poison in history.
Hemlock?
No, I mean
Nightshade?
person. Famous poisonings. Socrates, Juan Ponce de Leon, Rasputin.
Rasputin famously doesn't die, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agatha Christie.
I think Socrates might be the go-to one then.
I've never heard this brand before. Socrates.
Socrates Ale. It's to die for.
I like that. And Nerd is like, it's Socrates.
Greek Pale Ale.
It's a GPA 4.0 ABV.
God damn it.
So then we have that tense moment. Nerd is still holding the knife. Jock is still holding the barbell.
They're not making eye contact.
They are.
No, sorry. They're only making eye contact. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And I'm imagining, like, the sun has just gone down, and the crickets are starting to chirping, and we have a 2-shot, each of them leaning against their respective trees, making full eye contact, and then hard cut to next morning, and they're both dead, foaming at the mouth.
Their eye contact. I want them to cheers and drink.
Okay. I don't want to see their deaths. I just want to. I want the I want that jump of like it's the same shot, but now it's suddenly daytime and they're both dead. You know what I mean?
I do, and I'm not sure about it because we saw Fat Bob die. I kind of want to see the other two die too.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, I get you.
So I think we do see them like drink the beers, choke, and fall down dead. Camera shifts from straight on to above, where we see all three bodies spread out, but in the shape of like a T, with all the heads pointing towards. Go ahead.
What if the bodies have contorted to the letters of the fraternity, like an approximation of the frat letters?
Oh, that's good. I like that.
That's so good.
How about if we marry the two? It's not a T, but they're all laying face down with their heads pointing towards the main treasure pile, and they're all wearing varsity like Letterman jackets, and each has one of the frat letters on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the camera shifts from straight on to above and kind of cranes out, and maybe this is where we get the old man. It does that kind of time swoosh. What's the camera word?
Pan?
No, it goes from it's night to morning. Oh fuck, I don't
like
know.
in a jump cut or like a
No, it's not even a cut. It's
it's a time lapse.
Yeah, time lapse from night to morning.
Like maybe like a deer comes in or a fox comes in and sniffs one of them.
And then we have the old man come back.
Yeah, the time lapse goes back to normal speed when the old man comes back.
I told them they'd find death in the woods. If you go looking for death, you're sure to find it.
Oh, I don't even want him to say anything. I want him to perform an action here that establishes that this is his domain, but isn't like explicit about it.
Maybe the old man isn't death, but death is with him. So after the time lapse, the lapse stops when the old man enters from the left, death enters from the right.
What if it's not even literally the old man? It's death like, hey, I gotta make another stop, and he's got like the old man's soul.
No, I like where you're going with them both coming in. And I'm having like death pays him, like gives him a gold coin, establishing that like he sent them on death's behalf.
They shake hands.
And he gets younger. Because in the story, the old man, death hasn't come for the old man they attack because he can't find anyone willing to trade their youth for his age. So every person he gives to death knocks some time off.
Okay, dialogueless. That camera angle you're talking about, they approach from different sides, shake hands, death gestures towards the three bodies, and he picks one of their jackets, takes it off, and puts it on. And we see him slowly de-age as he leaves the forest.
Yeah.
Yes, and his leaving the forest is filmed head on as he walks towards the camera and de-ages. And then smash cut, when he's so close that his face is the entire frame, smash cut to our pledge.
And he's transforming down into that pledge's face. It's the same actor. So it's the Saving Private Ryan getting old in reverse.
Yes.
I was thinking, no, it is someone entirely different.
Okay.
Because this is just a story that he's telling. He's not even telling a story about himself.
Right.
And I want it to be a little jarring when it goes from one guy's face to a totally different guy's face.
Okay, that's reason. In that case, then, our three main frat guys will be three guys, played by the same actors as three guys in the room that are hearing the story. Three of the what are they called, elders?
Oh.
The big brothers, unks?
Whatever.
Three of the unks. Okay. All right, then what's the last bookend here? Is the story accepted?
Does anybody say what the moral of the story is?
I think that needs to be the end.
I think that's the last thing we hear the pledge say after that shot we were talking about. Like
after the smash cut to his face.
Hits the moral.
Yeah.
If you go looking for death, death will find you.
Now, in The Partner's Tale, the charlatan priest at this point launches into his spiel where he's like, that's why you should give me all of your money so that it doesn't corrupt you. So what if the pledge is like, moral of the story? Cool, that could totally be the ending. Then he's like, and that's why you should accept me as as a new brother of this fraternity.
Before he says that, one of the older frat guys is like, I don't know, I think the moral might be about greed. Shut up, Tom! I want, like, one or two of the frat guys to be confused by the story, but, like, the main dude, the one who's also the jock, is crying. It, like, moved him so deeply. Whichever one is Connor is, like, in awe.
Quit telling everyone I'm dead!
Why does his name have to be Connor?
He's, like, wiping away tears, like, why did his name have to be Connor?
I think it'll help us find the end of this if we talk about those little interstitial beats. Because we haven't told any story in the basement yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we should have 3, because fucking rule of threes. 3 points during this story. It goes back to the pledge for a couple minutes.
Yeah. Now, are you talking 3, so there's 5 total? Or are you
5
talking
total.
Okay, cool.
I don't think just one in the middle, because I think that's what Princess Bride does. Opening
Yeah.
and close, and then there's, like, after the eels, there's a kiss, and then there's, and, like, Wesley dies, I think.
Yeah.
So it
No,
breaks
you're
up the
telling
story.
it wrong.
Yeah, it breaks up the story pretty evenly. So I'm thinking, after the old man tells him to go into the woods.
There's the bottom bit.
Yeah. So maybe something earlier than the woods, because that's real close to the bottom bit.
The jail scene, they're in the Tower of London with other prisoners, and that's where Tom is like,
Okay.
bro, the Tower of London hasn't... Shut up, Tom!
I like how we've named the doubter Thomas.
Tom is another pledge.
Tom is another pledge, yes.
I put him in my notes as doubting Tom.
God damn it.
Okay, so the first time, because I think he would be the interrupter to bring us out of the story the 3 times.
Yeah.
So Tower of London is the jail, the drunk tank.
Yeah. We've got the bottom bit, which would be probably like 15, 20 minutes of screen time later.
Somewhere in there, yeah. Because
So
they
that's-
got to meet the old man, get to the woods.
Yeah. Because there's bottom and the Black Knight bit, which is 2 halves of the same bit.
Yeah.
So that's the second bit.
And then the third one, an apothecary. Now I know you're joking with me. No, my cousin went to England the other day, and they actually call their pharmaceutical companies, they call them chemists. They go to the chemists for Advil.
Last spring. Not the other day, last spring.
Did I say the other day?
You did.
Last spring.
They call Advil paracetamol, man. Like, you
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, like, I think that's real, right? They call them the chemists?
Yeah.
The pharmacists?
Yeah.
Harry Potter and the Chemist's Stone. Yeah. That's the British title. So yeah, I think that might be the third point. Because that's, like, gearing up to the climax.
Yeah. I think also that third one is where some of the other pledges, like, hold Thomas down. So you know it's the last bit.
Yeah. And I would think each of these moments...
I don't think that Thomas interrupts each time.
He's the holdout.
I want Jock to be the bottom interrupter. Because Jock is the one that doesn't get the Shakespeare thing.
Like a mascot? He's wearing a donkey costume?
Yeah. So what I'm thinking for these 3 is the first time we come back, almost none of the people are buying into the story. Second time, about half of them. And then the third time, everyone's mad at Thomas for interrupting the story. Everyone's bought in but Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that way we can have the nerd interrupt the first time with the Tower of London.
Yeah.
And then the second time the jock, because he doesn't get Shakespeare. And then the third time Tom interrupts, and it's fucking Fat Bob who grabs him by the mouth. He's like, "No, man, it's all good. Finish your story. I'm loving it." You know what I mean? That way, like, all 3 of these characters also get a la Wizard of Oz, one of the 7 stories.
Yes.
Every movie's just the Wizard of Oz.
All media is about
Oh
grief.
my god, we just made the Wizard of Oz. Fuck. But yeah. So then, for the end, then I think what would make sense is some resolution with Tom.
See, I think what would make sense is some resolution with he gets accepted into the frat. Fuck Tom.
Yeah, no, I mean, Tom needs to be, like, the butt monkey at the end, you know?
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, that last scene has to do something with our pledge taking one up on Tom.
With Tom's last interruption, they threaten him with some kind of hazing ritual. You know, the chemist, that's not a shut up, Tom. They'll make me get the hot sauce again.
Yeah. And at the end, when they come back to him, Tom is mouth duct taped and tied to a chair, so he can't interrupt anymore. So he hits him with the moral. The camera pans around as all of the frat guys are applauding. "Oh, that was fucking awesome, bro. You're totally in the frat now." And then it pans by Tom, who is, you know, duct taped and tied to the chair, and he's just rolling his eyes because he's never bought in. Someone throws a water balloon on his head just out of nowhere for no reason, filled with milk.
Maybe instead, he says that smash cut to his face. He says the moral, death, you're sure to find it. Tom points out about the it sounds like the moral is about greed, and then he gets hit with a balloon filled with some fluid.
He's already tied to the chair, but that's the point where they duct tape him and throw the balloon.
Yeah.
And then I'm almost picturing this like a That 70s Show headpan. So from the face, moral of the story, we hear off screen, camera pans to the left where he's duct taped to a chair, duct tape over his mouth, unpleasant water balloon. Back to the storyteller, and this ends my story and my application to Brotherhood. And then it pans around the rest of the Elder Bros faces. First Connor, the head guy in charge. All right, bros, we've heard another story and a request to join us. What do we think? And I don't think they say anything, but just pans through the other bros who each give a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, it pans by Tom, the guy who told the bad story, Tom, who's still duct taped.
It has to be the same guy.
And then back to, and maybe some other pledges who haven't said or done anything. Mm-hmm. And so it passes by them pretty quick. So that when it gets back to our storyteller, I don't know, they put a sash over his shoulder or something and say, welcome, brother, to the fraternity.
Yeah.
And the sash just says, bro.
Yeah. When it passes by the other pledges, I want each pledge to be wearing the effects of a different hazing ritual. We've already got Tom duct taped to a chair. One guy needs to be soaking wet and just in his underwear. Somebody's missing an eyebrow and half of their hair on one side of the head.
Yes, but also sashes.
Yeah. On everyone except Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the sash, I know I joked and said bro. It says bro, and on each side the frat letters.
I have
the frat is beta rho omega, right? That's a...
I was gonna say Omega Tau Epsilon, because it's OTE, and then the name of the movie could be Brotherhood, but it's those 3 letters in Greek.
Both can work as well, because bro is in Brotherhood.
Yeah. I don't think there's a B in the Greek alphabet. Oh, there is a B. There's not really an R.
Yeah.
But there's multiple O's. There's Theta, Omicron, and Omega.
Yeah. We can figure something out.
Yeah.
I like Brotherhood as a title. Although I did like The Untimely Death of Connor.
Brotherhood or The Untimely Death of Connor.
Actually?
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. I want the marketing to be all like Masterpiece Theater. Brotherhood or The Untimely Death of Connor. That kind of proper...
So now that we've got to the end, do we want to give our characters names?
Yes.
I mean, I really like Fat Bob.
Yeah, he's going to be Bob. We could also do
not
Rob.
Not just Bob, he's Fat Bob.
Like Fat Amy in...
Yeah, no, because Fat Bob was the name of a character in something, right? You pulled that from something?
A Lonely Island skit.
Okay. Do we want to just do Fat Rob?
I like the plosive of the in Bob.
Yeah, I'm fine with Fat Bob.
For the jock one, I have Chad.
For the jock, Chad, Trent. Or Brandon. I can't say these names without just sneering.
Trent Chadwick.
Yes.
They call him Chad.
I like Brandon for the nerd.
Brandon's not a nerdy name.
Matthias.
No.
Nicholas.
Shelbert.
Sheldon.
That's Big Bang Theory.
Ah, fuck.
I feel like I just had one. Francis.
Yes.
So we've got Francis,
Trent Chadwick, Francis, and Fat Bob mourning the death of their friend Connor.
Trent Chadwick. Does our pledge need a name?
Jeff.
Or is Jeff?
Brother Jeffrey. That's another one of those, like, wink and nod things.
Jeffrey.
Chaucer.
Ah.
Does the old man need a name? I almost think it's funnier if he doesn't have one.
Yeah.
They just call him Old Man.
Yes, but it's only ever shown in the credits because they only call him Old Man.
Yeah.
And his name is Methuselah Oldman.
Perfect. We already have a title.
We have two.
We just gotta cast this fucker.
I have a suggestion. Obviously, I'm gonna ride for John Cena as Connor.
Current old-ass John Cena.
Yes. Jock one, Manny Jacinto or Jacinto. Jason Mendoza.
Oh.
Because he plays dumb with flashes of brilliance so well.
God damn. Yeah.
That's
so good.
Have you seen The Good Place, Mark?
No. What is the actor's name?
Manny, Jacinto. I don't know if it's Jacinto or Jacinto.
Oh, he was... What's his name? What's his name in The Good Place?
Yeah.
Jason.
He's Jason in The Good Place, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. For the jock?
Yeah.
Is he beefy enough?
Yes. 100%. He beefed the fuck up for the Acolyte.
Oh, okay.
And here I am typing Manny Jacinto shirtless into... Yep, he's...
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get it.
Here I am going to the Acolyte for pictures. I should just do what you did.
Sorry, this Yahoo News Pride article. Shirtless Manny Jacinto and 8 more times Star Wars turned our thoughts to the thirsty side. God damn it, that's really funny. Okay.
Fat Bob.
I have an idea, but I'm not sure how old the guy is. Born 1998, so he's under 30, but I don't know if he still acts.
Are you pulling up the kid from Wimpy Kid?
Yeah, he's too thin now, though. He lost a lot of... He actually looks great. Yeah, I was absolutely thinking the fat kid from Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
How about... I'm just going to throw out the first thing that came to me. K. Trevor Wilson. Squirrely Dan in Letterkenny.
Okay. Yeah. Is he wearing a fucking Bobby... Oh my god. There he is wearing an old Bobby Roode NXT shirt.
Amazing.
He's got my pick. And now we just need our wormy nerd. Our little guy.
I want, like, whoever the new Sam Rockwell is. Oh, I think another fun suggestion for Fat Bob is Paul Walter Hauser, but he might be a little too old.
I'm not too worried about age on this one. Because I just scrolled by Elijah Wood thinking, the nerd.
Wait, Daniel Radcliffe, though.
Actually, Daniel Radcliffe would be great.
Here's something that I think is wrong, but closer to what I would like for the nerd. Jim Rash.
You just like Jim Rash.
No, I see where you're going at.
Imagine a straighter, more evil Dean Pelton.
I think Dean Pelton was already evil.
More evil, Cody.
I think that's just Joel McHale. Tom Holland? I want, like, a Tom Holland type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jorma Tacone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're going to reference Lonely Island with Fat Bob, we're bringing in Jorma Tacone. Actually,
Yeah.
I think they would do this movie really well as we've laid it out.
I was going to say, can't sue us if you're in the movie.
I don't care that he's pushing 50, Jorma Tacone.
I'm gonna, instead of Jorma Tacone, Akiva Schaffer.
Yeah, actually, yeah, Akiva's just a little bit nerdier. And then we could put Andy Samberg in as a bit part somewhere in there.
Oh, I was thinking...
He can play Robin Hood.
Who's Tom? See, I kind of had this thought, and I don't know if I like it or not, that Akiva is the one telling the bad story, and Yorma is Tom. And I don't know if I like having the Lonely Island as the other frat bros or not. Or the frat pledges.
Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, if we're doing that, the pledge telling the story is Andy Samberg.
That's I don't want them up front acting wise as much. Like outside of Akiva Schaffer as the nerd. I wouldn't want all three of them. Because then it just becomes like a Lonely Island sketch.
Yeah.
And it's not quite. I'm thinking more along the lines of Hot Rod, where they're in there, but...
Or Palm Springs, or Popstar.
Yeah.
Never Stop, Never Stopping. I've never seen that. I've never seen any movies.
Popstar is a very good movie, and you would love it.
Just for the fun of it, Tom is, oh my god, his name just fucking left my brain. Timothy Chalamet. Just so we can abuse him on set. Just put that twink in his place.
Absolutely, 100%. I am down with that.
And also, I think he would have a blast just being the butt of the joke.
Okay, hot take. Pledge telling the story, Dev Patel. Because this is a very white movie so far.
Yeah. We just used Dev Patel in something.
Okay, then the Indian character from...
Oh, Tony Revolori.
Yes.
Yeah.
If not Tony Revolori, then the guy from Dope.
We've used him recently, too. Yeah, we used him when we did Jack and Jill.
Oh, okay.
Shamik Moore.
Oh, shit. Good for Shamik.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want this to be... I definitely want not white character for this one.
Yeah.
At least one of them.
I like the idea of Tony Revolori. I've always liked him.
Yeah.
He was also in Dope. Fuck. We need a stunt cast an old man.
Ian McKellen.
That's a good shout.
Ian McKellen, he ages down into Patrick Stewart. No, Death is Patrick Stewart.
I don't want to see Death's face.
You don't... Okay.
I want him to just... Because we're seeing him from above, I just want to see the cloak. The cloak and the scythe with the bone hand.
It's, Oh, no, he's dead. I was gonna say the guy that was, played Death in,
Bill and Ted?
No. Final Destination.
Oh, Tony Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any other characters we need? I like where we've landed with everybody.
Is there anything else we want to add? I mean, there's some stunt cast opportunities.
Yeah, I think where we slam Andy Samberg in there is in a hospital bed in the hospital scene.
No, Andy Samberg is bottom.
Yeah, okay. We could do Carrie Elwes as Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Bring that back.
Who's the big fat little John?
Who was it in Men in Tights?
Who was it in Men in Tights?
Richard Lewis? Oh, wait, what does he look like now? It's Brendan Fraser for Little John.
I feel like I'm not following the logic.
Brendan Fraser is he was just in The Whale.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Brendan Fraser today as Little John. He doesn't really say or do anything, and just kind of meekly standing there holding a wineskin that Jock rips out of his hands as they walk by. Like, look at this. Look at this picture of his smiling little face.
If not him...
Actually, I like the idea of it being aged actors in the Robin Hood shit, because it's been a while. We don't know when it takes place, but it's a while after Robin Hood. Western Union Man can be somebody.
Yorma Tacone is the Black Knight.
Yeah, okay.
Because I like the cut from Andy Samberg bottom to Yorma Tacone Black Knight, and we never see them all at the same time.
I don't know why, but Steve Martin as the Telegram Man.
Yeah? I'm pretty sure he is a Telegram Man.
Yeah, I feel like he's played that before somewhere.
No, I think he just is at, freelance sometimes.
No shit.
I mean, I'm kind of making that up, but he's got a banjo band. He could be doing anything.
Or Idris Elba as the Telegram Man, because his voice reading the telegram about Connor.
Yes.
I love his voice. Knuckles himself. Or was he Shadow?
He was Knuckles.
Keanu Reeves was
Shadow.
I can't believe they got those guys to play those parts in those fucking movies.
Keanu Reeves is Death. We never see his face.
Anything else?
No.
I think we've got some solid casting, a title. We just need the poster.
Poster, yeah. In my head is an overhead image of, the edge of a wood and three men walking into it, from above.
But, with Letterman jackets with the frat letters clearly displayed.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want the frat letters clearly displayed on the poster if that's going to be a reveal.
Oh.
But it's clear that they're wearing varsity jackets.
Wait, why is it a reveal?
Is it not a reveal when they all die and the letters on their jackets are in the order of the frat letters?
No, I think that's just something they've been wearing.
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe instead of it from above, it's the three of them about to walk into a dark and foreboding forest.
Mm-hmm.
From behind.
I think this is one where we do a series of posters, where it's the same template of the three of them from behind entering something. One of them, they're entering a British pub. One of them, they're entering the hospital. One of them, they're entering the forest. One of them, they're entering the frat house. Just different locales, and do it as a series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. And when does this one premiere?
This feels fall.
Yeah, I was going to say, this feels not Halloween.
September.
Yeah.
This feels September. Back to school vibes with the pledging and all that.
Okay. So we've got Tony Revolori starring in Brotherhood, or The Untimely Death of Connor. And you can see it in theaters this September. Well, this has been The Treatment, a podcast about stories, and we've been your hosts, Mark Lucas,
Billy Beck,
Cody Beck,
and we'll see you at the movies.